Good morning. How's everybody feeling this morning?
Great.
If that Snow Village doesn't put you in a festive mood, I don't think anything will. Good morning. My name is Matt Young. I'm the Director of Cultural Affairs here, and it is really an honor to welcome you to this 108-year-old historic building. And it's also my privilege to introduce to you the mayor of our fair city, Mayor Nic Hunter.
Thank you, Matt. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. There's a lot of energy and a lot of excitement right now, not only for this building, but we were actually just visiting Central School earlier this morning and realizing how beautiful the grounds look. And I've got to give a lot of credit to some of the shoulders that I stand on. There was a lot of vision and a lot of energy that went into preserving this building and Central School as well. Kudos to previous administrations and this city. There's a lot of citizen soldiers who made this building possible that we're standing in today and Central School. And I know some of you are in this room, so thank you for that. Here in Southwest Louisiana right now, our economy is booming. Billions of dollars worth of projects have created thousands of jobs and welcomed new people to our area. Our economy is one of the fastest growing in the nation. This growth comes with its challenges, but I believe they are challenges worth having. A diversified economy is key to sustainable growth. Additionally, as we progress as a city, quality of life initiatives matter more than ever. Today, Lake Charles has more to offer residents and visitors than ever before in our history. And if anyone ever says to you there's nothing to do in Lake Charles, give them a light tap and say, where have you been? Pick up a newspaper, go on Facebook, search social media, ask your friends what they're doing. There's a lot going on in Lake Charles right now. I'm happy to announce that we've placed a renewed emphasis on growing the cultural economy of Lake Charles. Great cities set themselves apart from others because of their support for the arts, culture, and humanities. Great cities recognize the transformative power of these societal aspects. Our nonprofit arts groups are a powerful force, and they act as a magnet for tourism. Because of our arts organizations specifically, we have a greater range of options for a greater diversity of interests, preferences, and cultural expressions. In Southwest Louisiana, we like to say that we're the festival capital of the state, hosting more than 75 annual fairs and festivals, many of those being free public events. But we couldn't do that without our arts and cultural organizations working day in and day out to plan these events. Central School Arts and Humanities Center, which is owned and operated by the city, has become an incubator for arts organizations where the sum is greater than its parts. For example, the Lake Charles Symphony, Lake Charles Community Band, and Louisiana Choral Foundation are sharing resources like music stands and sheet music. Individual artists are working with theater groups to paint backdrops. Writers and illustrators come together at Central School to publish books. These partnerships are what help make Lake Charles the vibrant, creative city that we are. Today, we're excited to make a few new announcements regarding historic City Hall, Arts, and Cultural Center. The building that we're standing in opened its doors in 1911 and served as the seat of city government for 90 years. In 2004, the City of Lake Charles repurposed the building as an arts and cultural center. It is the largest center of its kind in Southwest Louisiana with free admission to the public. We believe everyone should have access to such important cultural, educational, and family-friendly resources. This facility has housed more than 160 world-class exhibitions on national tour, as well as exhibits from local and regional artists. Past showings range from the Titanic and National Geographic to Norman Rockwell. The center is also the setting for the Charlestown Farmers Market every Saturday morning, and now we will have even more to offer at this location. Over the past year, we've been doing quite a bit of broadening of our horizons and trying to broaden the audience and gain more exposure for 1911 Historic City Hall. We've done this in a number of ways, including growing the number of events and programs through community partnerships, one of my favorite words, partnerships, to increase foot traffic. Partnering with organizations like the International Club, Calcasieu Cinema Club, Arts and Humanities Council, McNeese, Sewella, and a host of others, we have broadened the experience to include movie screenings, poetry readings, gallery talks, leisure learning courses, food tastings, and live music events. One recent guest who attended one of these new events commented, "We didn't know this place existed. We're so glad you're planning more events." That was a legitimate comment from someone local. And there have been occasions where I have asked people in a group, when's the last time you visited 1911 Historic City Hall? And I'm shocked how few hands have gone up. But recently, we're changing that. We're getting more foot traffic in 1911, which means more foot traffic for downtown Lake Charles. Very important. During the months of November and December, we're hosting story time on Saturdays at 11 a.m. for children and their families. Come and listen to stories in our Reader's Lounge. You can see it right over there. It's a beautiful little setup. Each of the books were written by authors from Lake Charles, published at Alligator Book Bites. Families will also enjoy the Snow Village on display in our second floor gallery. This village consists of more than 200 pieces and once belonged to Miss Nancy Stone Crow. I have very fond memories of Mrs. Crow. She truly was almost a matriarch of Lake Charles, and I remember her coming into my family's restaurant on many occasions, and just wonderful people. Honored to have a couple of her family members here with us today. And isn't it beautiful? I mean, look at that thing. It is so cool. I'm so honored to have that here in 1911. I've got to give some kudos to some of the individuals who helped put that together here at City Hall. I was told it took about 15 minutes to put the whole setup together. Less than that. A lot of electricity, yeah. I've got to give some kudos to Carol Ann Gale, Amanda Donaldson, and Seth Powell for putting that thing together. Thank y'all for what y'all done. Also just found out this morning, I did not realize, we just hosted our World War II exhibit. Mrs. Crow was a member of the Civil Air Patrol, is that correct? Isn't that cool? Another little bit of history. Very cool. So as a result of these efforts, we're seeing a drastic increase in visitors. For 2019, I want you to think about this figure. For 2019, we anticipate a 60% increase in foot traffic in 1911 over 2018. Today, I'm happy to announce a change in our hours of operation. We think this will be beneficial. We must be open when families are able to visit. And so, beginning in December of this year, Historic City Hall will be open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, this will give working families an opportunity to come to the museum when their workday is complete, as well as add a full 8-hour day on Saturday. These hours will also give couples the opportunity to plan the perfect date night downtown. Come to check out the exhibit and then dine at one of our fine restaurants downtown. Maybe even get a little ice cream. Is there a place you can do that downtown? I think there is, yes. We're also booking exhibits with mass appeal to the general public. Our World War II exhibit this past summer brought in hundreds of veterans and school children from across the 5-parish area. It was one of the most heavily traveled exhibits we've had here in Lake Charles, here at 1911. By partnering with our local schools, we hosted field trips for 39 social studies classes in September, representing nearly 800 elementary and middle school students. They learned about Louisiana's role in the war and heard from local World War II veterans about their experiences in the 1940s. The World War II exhibit was one of the most visited exhibits in 1911's history, as I said. Today, we're announcing the lineup of 4 nationally touring exhibits that will be at the Historic City Hall in 2020. Again, trying to bring some exhibits that are diversified, things that are going to get people excited and bring more foot traffic to this beautiful building. They include American Visionary, John F. Kennedy's Life and Times, which features 77 images culled from Kennedy's Presidential Library and Family Archives. The images remain as indelible evidence of the 35th president's personal charisma and political accomplishments. A New Moon Rises will showcase breathtaking images from Apollo landing sites on the moon. This exhibit is produced by the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum. Modern Masters will open in July at Historic City Hall and consists of 45 original paintings that are representative of the first half of the 20th century. Fine artists like Lipkitz, Miro, and Modigliani are represented in Modern Masters. Our full list of nationally traveling exhibits is detailed in this new brochure. I think you have them right there. And finally, James Michalopoulos, an exhibit featuring more than 30 large-scale, boldly colored paintings by the world-renowned New Orleans artists. So as you can see, truly trying to be diverse and bring in a wonderful array of exciting exhibits for 2020. Historic City Hall will also showcase a number of local artists next year, including Donna Price, Ron Gibson, and Lid Walls. The Artisans Gallery will host group shows during the spring and fall, which will coincide with Spring Art Walk and on April 25th, and Gallery Promenade on September 25th. A group exhibition called Lake Charles Legends will open in February. In this show, 15 local artists come together to paint local Hall of Famers like Major League Baseball player Alvin Dark, surgeon Dr. Michael DeBakey, and jazz musician Nellie Lutcher. The end result will be a portrayal of some of our most famous residents, and I anticipate it will make every Lake Charles resident proud. The final announcement we want to make today is the addition of 2 new local art galleries to Historic City Hall. Beginning in December of this year, Black Heritage Gallery will begin operating here at this location, and Gallery by the Lake is set to join us in January 2020. Welcome to Historic City Hall. Now, this is so important because we've learned from our tourism partners that visitors want to be able to see as many attractions as possible under one roof. This will be a great way for people to visit this location in the near future and take multiple opportunities at once. I'd like to introduce at this time representatives from each of these galleries. Stella Miller is the manager of Black Heritage Gallery, which opened in 2001. It is among 26 initial sites on Louisiana's African American Heritage Trail. The mission is to champion and nurture artists at all stages of their career and to lead a diverse audience in discovering works of art by African American artists. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Stella Miller. Ms. Miller? A few words.
Well, he took all of my words. I wanted to say that we started in 2001, but I will say that we started in 2001 with a grant from Junior League, and we're also so very appreciative of that. And we just think that we give artists all across, generally the South, come into here. It's not just Lake Charles, but I want everyone to know that our December opening will be the first Friday in December, and it is Remembering the Help, Celebrating Their Service. Dr. William Mayo is doing this piece, and it's going to be great. His mother was a maid, and this has been dear to his heart. And what he's showing and what that committee is showing, that from the domestics, we have judges and we have educators, et cetera, and et cetera. This is going to be a great exhibit. You can go to our Facebook page, Black Heritage Gallery, and you can find more information there. But we're very appreciative. We're very excited about continuing the journey with, I want to say, our new mayor, since I've been here longer than he's lived. We're so thrilled about continuing that journey, and we appreciate everyone that's out today. We thank everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. I appreciate that. Thank you, Stella. Now I'll introduce Ellen Anthony with Gallery by the Lake. Their group regularly sponsors arts education through classes and workshops open to the public. Gallery by the Lake is membership managed with an all-volunteer staff. Their gallery provides a space for a community of visual artists to create, interact, and exhibit. Ellen, would you care to say a few words? Ms. Anthony, thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say how thrilled Gallery by the Lake members are to be participating in this new initiative to have local art at Historic City Hall. I just think it's going to be great for artists. I think it's great for the public to have access to the art, to interact with the artists and see what an incredible amount of talent we have locally. We are part of the move to Central School. We're going to have studio space there. We're going to have our classes there. I would like to invite local artists that want to be a part of this initiative to come and visit with us. It's a very exciting time in our 40-year-old history. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. In closing, I'd like to offer a few thoughts about public facilities like Historic City Hall. These centers are so important to our community's quality of life, and the exhibits create a fun and educational environment where people can learn something new and see something they've never seen before. It's imperative that we as a community support facilities like these. Please visit us as much as possible. With new shows opening every month, there's always something new to see. For the entire 2020 exhibit offerings, please visit the 1911 Historic City Hall Facebook page. Be sure to like this page and share it with your friends. Lake Charles is a great city filled with great diversity in arts and culture. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to this quality of life aspect. Organizations like Black Heritage Gallery and Gallery by the Lake represent assets for Historic City Hall, and they contribute to our greatness. Thank you all so much.